Hey, solving rational equations. You got one?
No, looking for something I could give you for collateral.
Well, there you go. All right. Crap ton. If you were good at adding and subtracting rational expressions, you'll be good at this. Okay? You have to find common denominators. That's about as straightforward as it gets. So, if you can do common denominator, these are really about, no harder than anything we've done. Let's check one out. I'll just do a few examples and see where you're at. So we're going to solve. Okay, anybody know the common denominator? I have one candidate. Any others? Okay, n squared is part of it, but there's also a 2 here, right? So we'd have to have 2 n squareds. And this is an n which is also in it, so we should be good with 2n squared. Oops. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to rewrite it. We're going to multiply each side by 2n squared. And it's going to make this problem really straightforward. Of course, I've said that before, right? So find the common denominator, multiply both sides by it. And what do we get? Here we get 1, right? Lucky us. And then here we have to distribute. What do we get on the left side? We have 2n squared over n squared, which is 2. And then we have 2n squared over n. Nice. What do we get when you take the times the second one? 2n. Anybody not here with us? Yep, as in I don't understand. Okay, let me back up. Okay, so if I distribute that, I get 2n squared over n squared.
And what do you get that? Solve for n. Or do you just leave it?
Solve for n now. Yeah. Okay, so this was the next step. We skipped it. 2n squared over n squared, those cancel, so we get 2. And then n squared over n, there's only one of them left. 2n equals 1. And now n equals what? Okay. Just solve it now. Okay, solve the equation. You gotta run. Since that's what you said you were gonna do. Okay, that works too. Okay, was that clear enough? As clear as mud? Kira, did you get it?
Not very clear.
Would you like to do the next one for us? Yeah, right.
If you give me one that easy, I'll do it.
Okay, a little harder. Again, find a common denominator. Minus. Where? You're close. You're very close. Both of you are. Okay, what does this one become if you factor it? That'll make it easier. Just the bottom. We're just worried about the denominators. Remember, it's 1 is squared is 1, right? So what's our trick there? I'm listening. Plus 1. We're just worried about the bottom. Common denominator. Does that... Okay, so remember, this is 1 squared, the difference. Remember, difference is subtract. Difference of 2 squared, you just do minus and plus. R minus 1, R plus 1. That trick. So what's our common denominator? We have an R plus 1, right? We have an R minus 1. Do we need to worry about the 1? Okay, so there's our common denominator. You guys okay if I write it like that? Knowing that these are the same? Yeah, 1 kind of. Hi. So half of this is writing your problems out. Okay. So I'm multiplying each side by r squared minus 1 because that's our common denominator. Okay. These multiply to give you common denominator, r squared minus 1. Okay, the rest of this is stuff that we've done before. Okay, so if we distribute this monster, what do we get? Houston, ideas? So do you understand what I just did?
Yeah.
Found the common denominator, multiply each side by it. Now I need to distribute it. So what do I get for the first term? Right? And what is the second one? No, don't go that far. No! Stop. What's the denominator of the second one? R squared minus 1 over R squared minus 1. They cancel out. Okay. What happens on the right side? We obviously will have R squared plus R plus 2. What goes, so does the denominator disappears, obviously. What's left over? Knowing that this is this. Okay, this right here is these two, right? R plus 1 gets eliminated. What's left?
Minus 1.
Because I can factor that. It's heavy algebra.
Wait, I thought you said it was R plus 5.
Where?
The second.
No, I never said that.
Okay.
R minus 5. R squared minus 5. R squared's minus 1 cancel. Okay. Where are we at? Brains? Are our brains here? Okay, so we found our common denominator and multiplied each side by it. Now combine like terms and FOIL. You're going to have to FOIL this. Okay, so go ahead and FOIL and combine like terms.
R to the 8 plus R to the 3rd. Okay, R to the 4th plus R to the 1.
What?
Oh, no, it's gone then.
Is that wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
Those cancel.
What happened to those two R squared?
They cancel because one's positive and one's a negative. Right? Plus R and minus R. Or plus R squared minus R squared. Check your answers. Does anybody not remember how to do this one? The circle. It's just a pain. The R times everyone, the 1 negative 1 times everyone. You just got to do it.
This isn't too difficult. It's just really easy.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I think. Okay. I'll let you get up there with.
So we're gonna try last example, or you're gonna get some or two more.
I think I need to give you any more, honestly. Yes, Chloe.
Why can't you combine the second R, like it's R squared plus R, that's R squared, so why can't you combine the last R?
2R minus R? You mean these two?
Yeah.
2R minus R is
R.
right there.
Oh, you spoil. Well, you should do that one.
Lucky for us, the R cubes are going to drop. We'll probably be able to full factor. Okay. Now I'm going to move everything to the left side. So minus R cubed minus R and plus 2. So that's going to equal 0.
R squared.
All right.
Just solve for R now, or?
Solve for the quadratic. What technique are you going to use?
The one where you go, not complete the part.
Okay, that one's kind of long. Factoring, can we factor it?
Yeah.
Yeah. R minus,
No, you just take one.
R minus 3, plus 1.
Yep. The other option would be complete or quadratic formula, right? This is the easy way. If you can factor, factor. Now what's R equal to?
3 and -1.
Right. Okay, here's the problem with rational equations. That's one. Two. Okay, here's a problem with rational equations. Let me restate myself. What happens if I plug -1 in to the equation?
You get one answer.
What do you get for the denominator? Which is?
Yeah.
Right. So that actually cannot be a solution. If you plug that in, so you plug it into the equations, it cannot be a solution because the denominator is 0. Right, so your solution is just 3. You do have to check. Okay, so I went up to the original, plugged -1 in, -1 plus 1, 0 in the denominator. Can't happen. Undefined, illegal, etc., etc. Okay. Does that make sense? You can't divide by 0. Well, you can. You get nothing. No, you don't get nothing. You get undefined. Okay. Are you good? You think you can handle? That's probably the hardest ones you'll see. Those right there.
It's not that hard.
Tedious.
It's so tedious that it's like, what?
Do the evens. Yep.
Hey, number 2, we did some examples.
I, for some reason, thought I needed to make copies, so. But I put something on the back to start looking at for, not for tomorrow, for next week. If I give you a final.
What?
What's on the back of this sheet will be some of it. The reason I'm okay giving this to you is because it's not due until Friday. This is not due until Friday. Yeah, it's old stuff. So,
When's those parts we're doing tonight?
it's all due Friday. Okay. Tomorrow and Wednesday's NWEA. Right? Thursday's your lit exam. It's due Friday. So, I mean, I'm giving you a good amount of work, but you have 4 days to do it. Yep.
It's Monday, I think.
It's not 1 day off. I work 20 hours.
No. Was your 1 day off. So, again, yeah, it's a lot of work, but I'm giving you till Friday, so let me know if you have any questions.